How you doing, guys, and welcome to my channel. Now today I'm having a look at the 1/6 scale William Money from the 1992 movie Unforgiven by Sideshow Collectibles. Now just having a quick look at the box there, you can see it is a movie representative, basically like a movie cover on the front and some text on the back and the silhouette of the horseback riding. Nothing absolutely fantastic, but it is in theme with the rest of the boxes from all the other Sideshow Clint Eastwood figures. Just giving them a quick pan down and up again before we get into the nitty gritty. First impressions, absolutely fantastic. I did sit on it for a couple of days before doing this review because I did want to let the figure soak in. Not a lot comes with him, so when I did open him up, I was a bit kind of like, oh, what am I going to do? He's a bit bland. But absolutely not, guys. Absolutely not, especially when you put him with the collection. So moving on, I suppose we will have a look at the accessories that he comes with. So here we have the accessories, and starting from left to right in my usual fashion, we'll have a look at his whiskey bottle. Completely translucent, absolutely does the job. You can see he has the cork there in the top. There is a slight little seam line in it there, but absolutely does the job. Fantastic piece. And we have his glass of whiskey, again does the job. There is a couple of blemishes on the rim of it there, but not a deal breaker. I'm just thinking, just speaking of blemishes, you can see there is just a little blemish there in the whiskey bottle, but no big deal. The hand covers it. And speaking of hands, we have 7 right hands and 3 left hands. Sideshow, what are you doing to me? What are you doing? 4 weapons, 2 trigger hands, but they're both right hands, so therefore you can only hold 1 weapon at a time, which is no good, absolutely no good. And just this trigger hand here is for the shotgun. The rifle hand doesn't actually, the rifle doesn't fit convincingly in any of the hands, but you can see the paint there is absolutely fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic paintwork there. The detail in the fingernails, that thumbnail almost looks real. Brilliant, no complaints with the painting, but unfortunately, as I said, there's just too many right hands, not enough left, and there's not a lot you can do with his left hand. Even with the whiskey, you can hold either the bottle of whiskey in the right hand, or you can hold the whiskey glass in the right hand. You can't hold the whiskey glass in one hand and the whiskey bottle in the other, which is ridiculous, and it is definitely a miss on Sideshow's part. So moving on, we'll take a look at his weapons. Really nice. If I can get focused in there we go. Absolutely fantastic. You can see there is some mechanism movement, but the hammer doesn't move at all. But the paint job is fantastic. It looks metal. The grip looks really well. There's a bit of weathering on everything, and that hammered metal effect looks absolutely fantastic. And the same thing for the rifle here. You can just see, if I can get focused there, come on, I don't want to focus on the hands, come on camera, and there we go. You can see that wood grain effect look absolutely fantastic. It is amazing. It looks really well. It is one entire mold. There are no moving parts on this mold whatsoever. You can see the hammered steel effect there on the receiver as well. Looks really nice. And then just moving up the barrel, you can see there is some weathering up it. Looks really nice. And there is a hole in the barrel, which is not the same for all of the figures, not the same for all. I think the Clint Eastwood one doesn't have a hole in the barrel, and it just looks unsightly. You can see there, one mold, absolutely fantastic. And the same for the shotgun, no moving parts, but the wood effect, come on, zoom in or focus in, there we go. The wood effect on it is really nice. The hammered steel effect, you can see there the little screws in the back plate of it there, just really nice. Like I said, though, no moving parts. Unfortunately, it doesn't split. It would have been nice if that did split, but nonetheless, it still is a really nice piece and does the job. And then moving on, we have his smaller revolver. Really vintage looking, really look old looking revolver. Only moving part is that part. This hammer part doesn't move. But yeah, really vintage looking, really nice, and painted really well. No complaints with the weapons whatsoever, other than the fact that they don't have too many moving parts. I really would have liked that shotgun to split. But that's it for the accessories. So moving on, we will have a look at the figure itself, and just panning down him before we get into the details, and we'll just have a quick look at the base. You can see the base has absolutely nothing on it whatsoever. Completely bland base, doesn't work for me at all. And then just giving him a quick pan up again there. Again, first impressions, really nice. I'll just have a quick look at the base here and just show you something that is even more ridiculous than having nothing on the base or the stand. Is having Clint Eastwood's signature on the bottom of it, and this is the same for all of the Clint Eastwood figures. What a waste of Clint Eastwood's signature to put it on the bottom of the base. I'm sure Mr. Eastwood didn't know that was going to happen. I wonder if that was an error on their behalf. It couldn't have been, no. Anyway, starting off with his boots in my usual fashion, we will have a look at those, and really nice molds. If I can get focused in, really nice molds on the boots. There we go. Nice bit of weathering. You can see they are split, but they're split with a material, so it just gives them way more articulation than if it was a complete boot. And I do like this idea. I really like this. You can see there that there is so much more articulation in them with this split design. Absolutely fantastic. And you can see there is a nice bit of weathering on them there. The boot strap there, the buckle, unfortunately the star or the spur doesn't move, but the buckle on the spur and everything is really nice. Bit of weathering on the front there, you can see, which is again really nice. And that leather strap is painted excellently. It looks leather. You can see the crack leather effect on it there. Looks really nice. Absolutely no complaints with the boots whatsoever. Fantastic. And then moving up to the, if I can get focused in there, you can see the weathering on the tip of the boots there as well, guys, that I just wanted to point out. Looks really well, really nice. Moving up to the trousers or the jeans that he's wearing. Plain navy, really dark navy, almost black pair of trousers. There is a little bit of weathering in the usual Sideshow fashion, which is the knees and the bottom of them. And then yeah, I'll just open up there so you can have a better look at it there. And yeah, like I said, just a little bit of weathering on the knees and that, but nothing too fantastic. Stitching in the back pockets looks really nice. Looks like an old pair of Wranglers. A very plain pair of trousers, completely movie accurate nonetheless, and they are tailored very well. But that's about it for the trousers. Nothing really much more to say about them. Moving up to his belt, done really well, extremely movie accurate. You can see the buckles on it there, if I can get focused, and the holster. I'm not sure if it's leather. I'm gonna lean towards leather, guys. You can see the inside of it there. Looks like it has that real leather effect on the inside, but I think that's just painted on the inside by Sideshow. I actually don't think it is real leather, but I could be wrong. I've been known to be wrong in the past, guys. It does have that backing on it that looks like real leather, but I don't know. I can never tell, guys. I can never tell. At the back of the jeans there, you can just see he has the clinch on the back, which is a nice little addition, a nice little detail that the jeans back then would have had. And you can see the button there. I've just noticed that I've lost a button on the back. You can see there that I've had this open for a few days and it's moved around the room. I don't know whether that button's supposed to be there or not. I'm going to lean towards no. You can see the stitching hanging out of it, so I'm going to lean towards I have lost that button, unfortunately. But carrying on, we'll have a look at the shirt that he's wearing, or the t-shirt that he's wearing. It looks reddish on camera, guys, but it's kind of, it's more towards a purple than a red, to be honest with you. yeah, it looks kind of more reddish on camera, but just opening them up there, you can see that it does have all the buttons on it, and the stitching is completely acceptable. It's scaled down quite nice. The collar is small little bit oversized. You can feel, I can feel there's padding in there. It doesn't really hinder the movement, but there's definitely padding in the midsection area of him, and I think the chest area is just a rubber kind of body, but the midsection definitely has some padding in it there. You can see he has his cravat thing there covering his scar. You can see they've added the scar in there just like he's supposed to have in the movie. A fantastic attention to detail there just to put that scar in. Looks absolutely amazing, looks great, and the body there looks like an old man's body as well, which is a nice little touch. Unfortunately, on all of the figures, this thing, the little cravat thing or whatever it's called, is just a nuisance to deal with. Looking at the jacket, it's supposed to be a linen jacket to copy the material used in the movie, and I have to say they have done a fantastic job of replicating that linen effect. It looks like a linen jacket. It looks absolutely amazing. It looks just like the jacket he's wearing in the movie. There is some mild weathering to it, but you can see the creases that are just naturally going in it there that look completely natural. All those creases look exactly natural as they would on a 1-to-1 scale linen jacket. Looks amazing. Yeah, I've no complaints. Usual sideshow lining on the inside there of pretty much all of their jackets. They have the same lining. No complaints. Looks really nice. Stitching is nice and neat. Yeah, really nice. And the colour of the jacket is, as far as I can remember from the movie, on point. Completely on point. And yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to have a search for that button, but I'd be inclined to say it's gone forever. Maybe somebody can tell me in the comments whether that's supposed to be there or not, but I'm pretty sure I've lost it. And then moving up, we'll just have a look if I can get this camera. There we go. Hang on a second. Now, you can see that scar in there. Looks really well on his neck. Just moving up to the sculpts, I am really impressed with this, guys. This is, next to the Outlaw Josie Wales, this is my favourite sculpt from. When I first took it out of the box, I thought to myself, oh, he doesn't look old enough, it's too soft. My biggest complaint with it is the eyebrows. Again, another Clint Eastwood figure by Sideshow where they've just characterised the eyebrows and just overarched them a little bit. But apart from that, it looks absolutely fantastic, guys. Next to Josie Wales, this is my favourite. The detail is really acceptable, really nice. I don't want to say amazing. You can see those eyebrows are just slightly overarched. The paintwork is really what lets this sculpt down. You can see it's a bit soft. The cut on his face there, the lesion on his face there, contusion, that's the word I'm looking for, on his face there is just, it's not fantastic. It could be painted a little bit better, especially the bruising around it could most definitely be painted a little bit better. This side, the gash on his face isn't too bad. The hat is made of the same solid plastic that they have made all the other Clint Eastwood hats out of. Completely does the job, painted nice and well, and there is some texture to it. And the hair sculpt looks really nice. No complaints about the hair sculpt whatsoever. I like the way it kind of waves over there. It looks really well. It's unusual. Yeah, no complaints whatsoever about the sculpt on the hair, especially around the locks. You can see around the locks area there where it's quite deep, and looks quite nice. The beard could have been done a little bit better. The beard isn't anything fantastic, and the mole on his lip there, to me, is just a little bit oversized. You can see the cut on his lip there, his bottom lip as well, isn't done exceptionally well. The eyes are done really well. You can see the red in them there because he was an alcoholic in the movie, if I remember correctly. And the red in the eyes is done really well. He does look jaded. The cut on that lip, I just don't like how it's done. It could be done better. Again, the beard, not sculpted very well, not painted very well. That gash on his face looks really nice on that side. It's just a shame about the bruising around. It could be better, could have been a bit more detailed. But apart from that, the frown on his face, the look on his face is spot on, guys. As far as I'm concerned, it looks really well. The only thing letting it down is the soft paint work. But there you have it. I think it's really good. Some of Sideshow's best work. Just looking at that scar again, the detail in the scar is absolutely fantastic, and I love the way they've made it look like an old man's body under there rather than just doing a generic kind of thing. But if they were going to put the scar in, of course they were going to make it look like an aged body. Really, really fantastic work on Sideshow's behalf. Again, the Clint Eastwood collection, or legacy collection that they call it, is some of their best work, if not their best work. And as we all know, Mr. Eastwood himself did have a say in putting all these together, and it definitely shows. It absolutely shows. That figure is just amazing, guys. I've been staring at it for days, and it just looks amazing. Again, I did think maybe he doesn't look old enough, he doesn't look haggard enough. Might be the case, might be down to the paintwork, but when I put him beside the other figures in a few minutes, guys, you'll see that he does definitely look older than those other figures. So there you have it, guys. There is the figure itself, and just having a look at him alongside his counterparts. I just lift his head there. Like I said, guys, together as a collective, they look amazing. William Money on his own, I don't think would be anything too fantastic or impressive. Well, with that head sculpt, some people might be inclined to disagree, but together as a collective they look amazing. You can see the Preacher there looks really good beside him. That would probably be my third best. The Outlaw Josey Wales there on the right being my favourite Clint Eastwood head sculpt, and William Money being very, very close second. Very, very close. My least favourite there on the right being the Man with No Name. The eyebrows on that look caricaturist. Just not a great sculpt. Josey Wales there looks absolutely amazing. A fantastic piece by Sideshow, and again, just looking at them all together, this is just the Westerns, no Dirty Harrys, just the Westerns all together. Look absolutely amazing, guys. I find it very difficult to decide which one, apart from the Man with No Name there. The other three, I find it very difficult to find one that I really like. Oh, sorry, a favourite one, sorry. It's definitely between those two, though. It's definitely between the Outlaw Josey Wales and William Money. Again, guys, as I said, with them all beside each other, they just all complement each other really well. And just having a quick look at him beside his Dirty Harry counterparts, yeah, he looks really well beside them. Not as well as with his other Western counterparts, obviously. But if you have the Dirty Harrys, sure, why not stick them beside him? They look well. You can see the second variant of Dirty Harry there with the glasses on, and the original variant on the right there, which I prefer the second head sculpt on the variant, the one in the brown suit. But we'll just have a closer look at them in just a second. But there's William Money again, guys. Absolutely fantastic piece. You can see the age in him there compared to the other two figures. It's just it's a really, really, really nice piece, and anybody who's a fan of The Unforgiven should definitely pick this up. It would be really nice to get somebody to make a Gene Hackman or a Morgan Freeman figure. Would be really nice. Just taking a quick closer look at these two Dirty Harrys, because I am actually going to make a separate video comparing these two guys. I have made one before, but it was in really poor lighting, and I would like to make a 4K comparison, but just having a quick comparison there. So there you have it, guys. I'm going to leave you with some photographs. If it's your first time here, please hit that like and subscribe. If it's not, thanks for watching another one of my videos, and I'll leave you with some pictures. Thanks a lot. Take care.